You've been strong for so long.
They say that luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Perfectionism has always been my biggest vice, and yet it's rarely the focus for my lack of output. For close to my entire life, I was of the belief that the circumstances behind creation need to be perfect. I tell myself that I need to find the most exquisite study spot in order to study. I need to buy the best gear to make my album. I need to have the best friends in order to finally feel at home. It's the excuse of a loser. It's what I use to justify myself never quite hitting the mark, to feel at home in my inadequacy. Of course, it's perfectly alright to be both of these things, and there's nothing wrong with preparing or collecting, but I would make sure I felt terrible about these realities after doing nothing to correct them. I would obsess over setting up for success, but never envelop myself immediately. It's a strange dynamic that is causing me to spend years of my life doing nothing and achieving the bare minimum, leading to very little opportunities for me to showcase my talents. My addiction to short dopamine hits was facilitated by my dependency on social media. There's an inherent bell curve in every hobby, and once I would hit that bell curve, something strange would happen. I would get obsessed with the people on the other side of the bell curve despite doing nothing myself to cross it. I knew that it would no longer supply the novelty of the original rewards, and the delayed gratification compared to the actual work wasn't worth it. So I would peer across the bridge, jealous and impotent. I call this principle of my life jank, where my life situations are so sketchy, unreliable, or just atrocious to where starting a hero's journey seems pointless or irresponsible. I've been swimming in jank all my life. Driving to college every day for a career that you don't even want, jank. A relationship with a girl that you've been dating for 2 months suddenly turns abusive, jank. A friend group that doesn't really care about anything other than getting high and day drinking and showing all the signs of self-destructing, jank. Skipping all your classes all semester while everyone around you is worried about their end of semester exams and projects, knowing that you'll pull some last minute bullshit at the end to save your grade, jank. The timing was never right for breaking up, for texting her back, for thinking about her late at night, but I'd do it all anyway. It was never right when the friend group imploded in on itself, while I'd been emotionally distanced the entire time to save myself the emotional toll. It was never right to drive to campus or participate in my classes, but I let all these moments pass me away anyway, and I paid the toll. The problem of being aware of how awful the circumstances are in my life is that I was so distant from anything I was inside of. It left me high and dry. I was neither here nor there. As someone who used TV as a substitute for growing up, this trope is everywhere in hero cinema. Miles Morales never even got his suit until 15 minutes left in the movie, where most of it was spent with him getting his ass handed to him at every turn. Marty Mauser literally had to get spanked before he was allowed to be given a semblance of a win, and even then, he was thrown right back into the mess. Odysseus was blown right back when he was about to reach Ithaca and had to spend another 8 years in his journey. The jank was everywhere, and yet the total goal was achieved at the very end. The journey itself was the story, not the ending, but I was too vain to realize it. I have this idea in my head called Perfect Week, where I reach my absolute full potential. I wake up at 5:45, go to the gym, shower, and eat breakfast. Then I go to my morning classes, study for a bit, go to my afternoon classes, work on music, and make a significant accomplishment or progress in my goals. I'll sleep at 11 p.m. and repeat every day. On Sunday, I'll work a 16-hour shift at the hospital and then start over on Monday. It's the greatest cop-out I know. I've perfectly engineered my own mess, and because I will invariably sleep at 4 a.m. and wake up at 2 on Sunday, and because the perfect week starts at 5:45, I will never start. Instead, I'm working towards getting there. I've been trying to just wake up earlier without bothering about how much I sleep that night, and I've been finding market success. The idea is so enticing that I'll be stuck in the loop forever, but counterintuitively, embracing how awful everything is has made my life so much better. It took me all my life to realize that the opposite of what I practiced was true. I need to revel in my inadequacy. In fact, it is my greatest quality. I need to love how awful I am at everything, because every day is an excuse to be a little better, to hit my stride. I'm embracing every little facet of the mess while trying to keep in touch with who I am. I'm obviously not going to be creating more of a mess for myself, but by learning to love it, I can be more in touch with how to work towards my stability. Thank you for your time.